Okay, Zenith Blade. That's big. Zenith Blade now at least means that this is a threat. We have now created a threat. He's used 2 of his hushes. Hello, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel again with another deck for you today. It's been a while since I played around with Assembly Bot, so this is an Assembly Bot deck. Let's get into this. So the deck is called Robot Cascade, and the reason for it is because obviously we're running with the Assembly Robot, but also we're actually going to be running a lot. Now, when I say a lot of Diana. Now, the plan here is that you might have seen a similar deck going around at this moment in time. This is just my interpretation of the deck. What the plan is that we're going to be using Counterfeit Copies on top of Diana to make loads of copies of Diana. So we put her on the board, and then all the other copies of her become Power Cascades. And the idea here is that we literally want to make so many copies of Power Cascade that that's going to be what draws through our deck. And also, all of those are going to be spells, so they're going to be helping us get this assembly bot up very quickly. And we've actually, so we're going through the deck one bit at a time. So obviously the Counterfeit Copies, its main purpose is to make another copy of Diana, like making copies of Diana. You want to be making loads of copies of Diana to make that Power Cascade be just continuous. That's our plan. We've got 2, we've got 1 Ramage in here just as a precautionary, just to draw it if needed. Ballistic Bot, just so that we can start getting augments up with the ignition, so doing damage in, but also that counts as a spell. The ignition counts as a spell, so it's going to be helping the assembly bot level up, as well as doing damage into our opponent's core, as well as the fact that gives us time to rummage away, like in terms of his ignition, gives us time to rummage away if we needed. Guiding Touch for a little bit of heal, but as well as draw. Draw is its main purpose. It's a cheap heal draw card. Hushes, just because we're running Targon, and just Hush just makes too much sense not to run. Improvement. Admittedly, this is a part of the deck where this is like choice. You can get rid of this if you want to. The idea here is that we can make another copy of an assembly bot, or we can make a copy of something from the opponent's side of the field if the opponent is running something that's like, okay, we need to deal with that now. The better way to deal with it is just to make another copy of it. So admittedly, this is where we could see like divergence in like this deck. You could definitely get rid of this and put something else in. I do like the idea of this to help you along the way to Ezreal, because you could target something on your opponent's side of the field and it helps towards Ezreal, but it's not necessarily needed. And I said you can make another assembly bot if needed. But Mountain Goat is going to be making those gems, which again are just helping with assembly bot. We've got Power Cascade, because as I said, the idea is we're going to be making loads of Power Cascades. That's the whole idea of this deck. Assembly bot quickly, by using all the spells that we're going to be doing, by using all of them, we're going to be trying to get his stats up really big. And once he has big stats, we want to be putting a Zenith Blade on top of him, because literally that is then going to mean significant damage. Now, don't get me wrong, Assembly Bot is massively countered by Hush or any kind of silence, which is like a Frostbite to a less extent, but Hush, because that just takes him directly back down to a 1-1. So I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best in terms of in the climate at the moment, but it's hilarious when this comes off. We've got Bastion to try and give him a little bit of stability in terms of Bastion to put on top of this, so at least it's harder to Hush, but I'm not gonna lie, Hushes are a thing and it's gonna cause us a lot of problems. But also, we've got 2 Ezreals, because we want to be, yeah, again, he creates spells. He creates spells, as well as the fact that we do have a little bit of target coming in from static, which is going to give us draw. But it's going to be also giving us, Mystic Shots, which are going to help us get more spells, which are going to help the assembly bot. But here's the kicker. We're running 1 copy of Victor. Now, the reason we're running 1 copy of Victor is because with all the things we're creating, so Ballistic Bot's creating, this has created spells that we're going to be using, like obviously the Power Cascades that we're going to be using. We've got gems being created. We've got Ezreal making stuff. We've got this potentially making things. Basically, if we can get Victor on the board, there might be cool for saying play 2 Victors, but I really like Ezreal in this deck just as elusive cover, as well as the fact that he's create spells. Technically, which gets the Victor does create a spell as well, but I just like the target ability of Ezreal as well. Victor will then make all of those Power Cascades that we make by making it cost 1. And so we can literally very quickly make our way through our deck if we get a leveled up Victor. So that's the reason why he's a 1-of in this deck. But yes, and then Static Shock for draw, as well as a bit of target. So that's the basic deck. I think it's a really good laugh. This deck is no way meta, because as I said, its main win condition is the assembly bot, which gets immediately hard countered by Hush. But It's a really funny deck, and I love playing it. So please let me know what you think down in the description down below, or the comments down below. If you run this deck, or if you make any changes to this deck, please let me know how it goes to you or what you do. As well as the fact that obviously shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Less active on Instagram, but you can catch me on Twitch and on Twitter. I'm live on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you want to come catch that action live, please feel free to. As well as the fact there is a Discord link down below. If you wish to join our Discord, the LAN Up Discord, we can talk all things with Runeterra. We can talk about cards. We can talk about games, whatever the hell. It's just making a lovely community of people who all want to support each other, all want to have a good time and a laugh. And literally, if you've ever got any problems with deck building yourself, I'm sure there's loads of people in there who can help you out, as well as the fact that I'm obviously in there, so I can try and help you out, or which if you want to hit me up and whatnot. There is actually games nights and movie nights which are now being run in there, so every now and then we'll get on there, watch a film together while on chat, or we'll play some games together while in a Discord chat. So options are there. Anyway, let's just see how this hodgepodge and hilarity ends up in a couple of matches. Let's do this. Okay, so Zoe, it's a standard, and we know that they run Hush, so I'm not gonna lie, it's probably done. I don't really see a way that we definitely get ourselves around this. I'm actually gonna get rid of the Counterfeit. I'm actually gonna keep those. I'm gonna keep Guiding Touch. Okay, we have got a Bastion, so we can at least stop the kick. We can at least stop the kick if we need to at some point, maybe, hopefully. If they throw the goat down, we throw the goat down in response. Okay, right now, so no, there is no goat, but there is a goat on our side. The question is now whether or not we play Ez. Because we could play Ezreal onto the board. The only problem is that if our opponent's got a Power Cascade, we don't have a Power Cascade. We don't have a Power Cascade, which makes
I fight with my spirit,
makes our option slightly more awkward. So I'm just going to go forward instead. Forward here, do the free damage, so that we can then put that on top of Ezreal, so at least if a Power Cascade move comes out, we can somewhat help him out of a tricky situation, hopefully. So we want to be playing a Ballistic Bot or the Assembly Bot. A Ballistic Bot at least means that we get to keep more mana back. So Ballistic Bot, actually maybe even both Ballistic Bots, and then next turn Assembly Bot, Ignition, and have all the fun. Not what I need to see. Okay, not what I need to see. We could actually just throw that gem, as I said, on top of Ezreal, so that he can at least be somewhat okay with this. But I guess we wait and see if our opponent... Okay, so we throw the Ballistic Bots out. I mean, admittedly, so what we could have done there is we could have gemmed Ez, just so that he would have had like a better way of standing against what's her face at the moment, Zoe. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with sod it. We can heal him for one. We can heal him for one, so I will take that. And we're gonna be throwing Assembly Bot out and just let things go crazy, hopefully. Potentially Lee drops, but Lee's quite a way away from his level up at the moment. Not to say that he's gonna be away from it for a long time, but he's away from it at the moment. Throw this on top of here. We actually do have another heal move for Ezreal as well, if needed. But no, we go for the ignition moves, because we might as well start leveling Victor as well as helping these ones' attack go up. So we do that, as well as helping our Assembly Bot's attack go up. So we have options. We have options of multitudes. Okay. Part of me is almost like I leave this. So we could attack forward with the goat. See what our opponent decides to trade off with. We get a gem out of it, which yet again we can use in there. The only things he can trade off with is his own goat and the messenger. So we don't mind doing this, because even if he throws a Power Cascade, it still doesn't help him. But that at least gives us another gem, which is another card that we can just throw. So we can actually even heal Ezreal all the way up to max health, including with this. So Bastion as well is an option. We've got all the ignitions going on. He's not targeted a single person. We'll let that happen, because I mean we've got no way of stopping it. So we throw a gem on top of Ezreal right now, just so that he can technically counter. He can technically counter Zoe. We don't mind if we burn this mana, he says. It does put us... This puts us out of Bastion range is the only thing, is obviously they could have the Lee Sing spell. So they could have Lee Sing spell into challenged and plus that. So they could have challenged Ezreal off the board. Actually, something that our opponent definitely could have done. I feel like we have to sadly say goodbye to one. Actually, no, we don't. No, you know what? No, we don't. No, we don't have to say goodbye to one of them. Our opponent potentially has got a Hush. I feel like our opponent is definitely. I mean, like with that kind of deck, they definitely have Hush. Whether or not they have it at this exact moment in time or not is a different matter. So we do this. We do this. We do this. I feel that we throw a Bastion on top of our. We throw a Bastion on top of our assembly bot. I feel like we throw a Bastion on top of our assembly bot, and then we basically go crazy. Because admittedly, they haven't thrown out. They haven't thrown out Lee. It would take them 2 Hushes. It would take them 2 Hushes to get through. So. Part of me's thinking, you know what, we go big. We go big and bold. Potentially even attacking forward with Ezreal as well. We have actually got a Hush move ourselves. This might be a bit insane. This might be a bit insane. But if they've got a Hush and they do Hush move, somewhat okay-ish. He trades one of our ballistics away. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I would actually take all of this. I would take all of this trade up as well at the moment in time, because we could just throw one of our throw a so we haven't got the Mystic anymore, but we've still got both the Ignitions. So both the Ignitions could go in. We could, if we really wanted to, throw the Hush, but I feel like I wait. I feel like I wait on the Hush front. I feel like we wait on the Hush front, but what we can still do is ignition, and we've got a heal move on top of. We've got a heal move for Ezreal. His Lee's nearly level, but don't worry. Okay, that's problematic. That's problematic, but we can still get the assembly bot up. We can still get the assembly bot up. Slowly but surely, the assembly bot. We just need to get an overwhelm on top of our assembly bot right now. We've got a little bit of draw. We've got a little bit of draw that we can do. Heal, draw, heal and draw, heal and draw. We've got. Okay, so not gonna lie, it's quite devastating, of course. So that's one of their Hushes. That's one of their Hushes gone as well, by the way. I feel like he levels Zoe this turn. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I guess we could Hush her. As much as he really wants to be using that on top of as much as he wants to be using, actually I guess we can throw a static in as well, just to sweeten the pot. Actually no, we do that. So why is he going? Oh, because the healing's coming in from this one as well. You know, we'll do that. I don't mind that. Quick Hush. A little bit more damage coming in just in case this doesn't happen, because in case they throw a power cascade on top of her. We then throw another ignition in. We've got a heal move there. I mean, so they've already used one Hush. Okay, they've already used one Hush. So that's the second Hush. Second Hush is down. Power cascade. Is it going to be 2 power cascades? No, okay then. Right, so sadly there's nothing. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. It's very upsetting because obviously Ballistic Bot was always creating a spell for us, so we always knew that we had that, and obviously we would have actually, I don't actually, how close would we have been to Ezreal actually? How close? So actually no, that would have just got Ezreal halfway to his level up, so that was not going to help us. Okay, Zenith Blade, that's big. Zenith Blade now at least means that this is a threat. We have now created a threat. He's used 2 of his Hushes. He's used 2 Hushes, which means that he's only got 1 left. Potentially, I don't know whether or not he's used this, so potential like Equinox or whatever, but at the moment we are actually like threatening. We're quite threatening at the moment in terms of how much damage that's gonna do. Our question here is, do we want to heal Ezreal or do we want to heal Core? Core is probably the smarter move, considering the fact we know that they've got a leveled up Lee. Mystical levitate. So if we attack forward, purely with this, he's already down by 3, which means he's only got so many options. Okay, we go forth. We go forth. Okay, so he's healing that. Okay, so that goes him up there. Okay. So right now he's on 7. Of course it would be Victor. Of everything right now, Victor was the last one I needed to see. I wanted just to go spells on spells on spells. Admittedly, we could have thrown a Zenith Blade before going into this move, which probably would have been the smarter plan. Okay, not gonna lie, that's not good. That's not good, and that does actually open us up. Opens us up to some problems. Victor, I don't know what you're gonna give me, Victor. I need somehow just help, because they can go wide on the board on us right now. They can go wide on the board, and obviously he's gonna be getting a lot of heals, because the second that this creates, everyone gets given heals, which is problems.
Yes, of course.
Innovative improvement. So okay, it's big. It's big. Problems. So
no sweat.
we can stop the elusive. We can stop a little bit of damage coming in from here. We can technically throw you in front of this. Okay. We survive! Not well, but we survive. That's important. It's because of the overwhelm over here. That is why we go down so far. We see whether or not our opponent takes this. He's trying to find Power Cascade. He knows that all he needs is like some Power Cascade action. Okay. Not gonna lie. That is how you say problematique. Basically, our only way of at least surviving that tiny bit more is literally to have to use 2 bastions here. It's not what we want to do. That's not the move one wants to make. Of course. Oh, just so close. So close. It's so upsetting when you see such a big boy. When you see such a big boy and he gets taken down his prime. Okay, so just straight up a soul. So is this just Demacian? Is it mono Targon with a little splash of Demacian landmark, or is this like a full-on dragon celestial deck? Because this could be a dragon celestial deck. Like you can't like cross that off the list. So ballistic bot next turn into assembly bot. My reason for that is because, like, although we could throw Ezreal down that turn, he wouldn't have the mana to do a Mystic. So might as well use the bot into assembly, use the ignition, getting this up a little bit. Okay, so this is a dragon. This is actually a dragon deck. Okay. Dragon deck, potentially with celestial undertones. Okay. Okay. So it's quite nice. It's quite nice that we have her, but okay, so we go for the ignition, which then means that both of these go up to... Okay, so he's just drawn a load of dragons and got their cost down. So scary. Scary times. Scary times, but his dragons can get big, but so can the bot. Although admittedly he could just have a he could just have a what's his face? Hush. It's okay. It's okay. We need to see where the rabbit hole goes. See where the rabbit hole takes us. So we've got the ability to actually start making everything in his hand just costs. I mean, and that just makes everything in his hand cost so much less as well. Oh, okay, crap. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. It's scary. I'm just gonna take it. I could have technically traded Mountain Goat in there, but because we could have done that attack ball with Ezreal next turn, and we could have killed that, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but
Don't blink.
if I keep telling myself it's okay one day One day that might be true.
She was born from the
So
mountain.
part of me is almost thinking play her to trade this off, because our opponent could massively have Hush. Part of me is thinking attack forward with Ezreal, but if we attack forward with Ezreal, we are opening that door to Hush. And this is obviously such a big problem that we have to deal with it now. Like, we have to deal with that now. Like, that is a problem which needs significant dealing with. Like,
The summit's final trial.
okay, he can no longer use or sorry, they can no longer use sharp sight. So it's okay. It's okay. This is not the best. This is not the best, and they've got an advantage because they could have the dragon one who basically, because all the stuff already costs less, but also they could just have that dragon one who rallies as well. So the dragon who rallies could be there, so I just need to keep myself hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Okay. Another ballistic bot, which means that if we throw this ballistic bot out, and then like we can just get a big train of ignitions going right now. Yes, the dragons are problematic, but we might be able to find ways around them, hopefully. Okay, I feel that our opponent goes for. Oh, of course. Yep. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. So we trade away the goat. We trade away the goat. By doing this, it just puts at least this one in a trading space as well if we wanted to. As well as the fact, obviously, the assembly bot is now in an ability to trade with a number of things on our opponent's side of the board. So actually, our opponent's now got a, like, because they can't use Hush and they can't use Sharp Sight. Yeah, no, our opponent's just like, that son of a bitch, he looking big. Okay. I would have loved to have made a counterfeit copies of Diane herself, but I have to at least go with somewhat of the game plan. So we do that. All we're gonna do is just try and make everyone big. All we've got left right now is the plan. Let's just make everyone big. Everyone big. Keep doing damage into our opponent's nexus. Hope that he doesn't realise that. I mean, obviously, ASOL could drop at any point as well, remember? ASOL could have been in his hand when he just used the thing to reduce the... So, oh, don't find Equinox. Don't find Equinox. Don't silence my big bot man. He's come too far. He's come too far to be silenced right now. Okay. I feel like Equinox... I feel like our opponent throws down Equinox. In all honesty. I feel like that is what has come for me. Although, wouldn't they have used it by now if they had it? Okay. Another ballistic bot. Okay, actually, we don't get the hook. So, do we just throw another ballistic bot out and then just go? You know what? Yeah, we're going. This has now become the plan. I'm gonna slowly but surely burn your core down, Kaiba. Okay. Slowly but surely, burn the core down. Burn the core down. Potential Hush move on top of this. We can't survive this, so we basically have to say, okay, you go in front of there. You go... Right, so I feel like I'm going to heal core. So we've got another assembly bot now as well, which is something. I feel like we throw this one in front of here. I might regret this choice because it does now mean that I'm not getting those slow but sure trade-offs. I might end up regretting this. And obviously, we could static to at least kill this one. So part of me's thinking, do I go with the static into this before? But it does just mean that it does sadly mean that we can't use those ignitions. So maybe we should have thrown one of these into the core as well. We see how we go. We live on 9. I just honestly feel like our opponent's got like a... I mean, maybe we should just go, you know, just go wild man to throw the assembly bot out there. Because, I mean, either he's going to die to the Hush then or he's going to die to the Hush now. So, okay. I mean, or or our opponent just goes for a massive swipe across everyone, across all the things. Yeah, I mean, solid. I've got nothing that counters that. So I feel like we just go with the ignitions. I feel like we just go with the ignitions, in all honesty. Like, why the hell not at this point? In terms of, like, it would have been lovely to have the assembly bot out on this board, like, taking this. Our opponent's only got three things. Obviously, I'm guessing that one of them is Hush. I'm honestly guessing that one of those three things is Hush. Victor's now leveled. Guessing that one of them is going to be Hush, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Because my mind is now thinking he can't stop them all, right? Is how my mind is somewhat trying to justify the stupidity. I mean, we could actually throw down. Okay. So we could actually throw down a Bastion on top of this so that it would require 2 Hushes out of our opponent. So that it would require 2 Hushes out of our opponent to deal with this as we go forward. Obviously, potential Judgment. Actually, I guess potential Judgment again. I guess we just go forward with the 1. We just go forward with the 1 and see how he does on his own. Okay. Force a trade-off on our opponent, so that's okay. Star shaping. Okay, so he's trying to find the invoke stuff that's gonna help it. Okay, but that's okay. We can take. This is not the best. This is the stupidest thing ever. But I got concerned about another judgment move. I honest to God got concerned about another judgment move, but it's okay. We still go. We still go. We can start getting the. We can get the second assembly bot up to the same standard as the first assembly bot. I mean, I'm not. This is. Come on. Let's just keep hoping. We got one of them is bastioned up, so at least he's got a bastion, so it requires at least 2 spells to deal with. We've got Victor now as well, which is going to mean that these are going to cost nothing. And he creates a spell at the beginning of every round. So, theoretically... Okay, he's got stuns. He's got stuns, which, not gonna lie, at least so this can still defend, but now we know that it's in danger. So, that can still defend, but it is in danger now. Because obviously, Hush makes danger. Danger. So, ASOL! So, at least on the plus side, Hush is not going to be an issue at the moment. I mean, obviously, our opponent just goes, sod it. Obviously, our opponent just goes, sod it. I don't do any move and just level ASOL, because admittedly, that is 100% something which they can do. They can just go, you know what, sod it. I'm just gonna, yeah, pass the turn. I'm gonna pass the turn and just level ASOL, because that's a 100% legitimate move, which, like, you know, it means very little to them. Question is, do we just go for it? We've kind of got, because obviously we don't know. So he's leveling. We don't know what he's gonna get from the level. We just need to hope. So part of me's like, do we just go for an open? Because we've got very little other plans right now. So potential open, just go, you know, sod it, we go. Because right now, we have little to no other plans. So we literally go forth with everything and just go, sod it, we're going big. This is now what we do. This is now who we are. Potential judgment. Potential judgment. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be lying if I said that judgment wasn't a potential thing. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna kill Diana, but we've still got a way of killing him right now. Okay. Judgment. I'm assuming judgment. It's gonna be judgment. It's gonna be judgment off of ASOL. Or single combat. Okay. That's not too bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not too bad. Okay, so we potentially, this is more just to actually activate Nightfall. That was more to activate Nightfall than it was to activate anything else. So
Our light grows brighter.
Potential just actually using all of this stuff so that she might actually be able to trade. So that she might actually be able to trade with him. So we could actually just throw down. We could actually throw down a Bastion. I mean, we could actually get her to the point of trading, but we throw down the Bastion. Okay, we now see how our opponent reacts to this. Oh, does nothing. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, big star dragon man. You think your level up can save you? Not today. Oh, that is yes. Yes, I mean, I'm not gonna... Most people concede on the ASOL level up because they know it's done. Not us! We still go 4, Fugi! Okay, is this just the aggro deck? The Fearsome... Yeah, again, so obviously they work with Fearsome, and like the only thing that they've got from Targon... Like, so it's a Miss Wraith Fearsome deck, and like the only thing they've got from Targon is Power Cascade. Is it that deck? Okay. Not gonna lie, not the best. In terms of that, like, I literally got like nothing. We've not got like a goat or a ballistic bot that we can throw out next turn. We might top deck into it, so there is always that possibility. So we stay hopeful and we believe in the heart of the cards. And then I'm sure I mean, our opponent might not be here. I mean, that's it. Oh no, they're here. Okay, so they get 2 damage on us. But at least that is in static range, which is somewhat okay. Somewhat okay. Oh, there you are. Heart of the cards.
I am superior life form.
Heart of the cards. Although it does mean that we can't. It means that we have to make the decision. Do we play an assembly bot next turn, or do we stag this off the board? That's basically the decision that makes us have to make. We throw an assembly bot. I guess it depends on what our opponent plays. If our opponent plays like another couple of these, I guess it forces us into. So. We pass the turn, see whether or not our opponent just goes for it. Okay, right, so I might end up regretting all of my decisions here. Potential Power Cascade. Because I think that the only Targon card they play is Power Cascade. Sod it. We've made our decision. So, Unspeakable Horror, Vile Feast, Go Hard, Hoodafooz. Dude, he's got many different counters to what we've currently got on the board in terms of that he just needs to do 1 damage to one of them. So our opponent's now got to make that decision. Potentially, I think that they do run Unspeakable Horror, because Unspeakable Horror is like they could do that to your core. I didn't want to go with the ignition move because it was slow speed. Okay, so part of me's thinking throw out the other assembly bot. We're gonna throw out the other ballistic bot, but we throw out the other assembly bot. We've actually got a heal move that we could do into this guy if needed, but I feel like we're playing the weighty game on our opponent right now. Playing the weighty game, but the weighty game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hippos. I think our opponent doesn't really know what. Okay, yeah. So I think that our opponent doesn't know what the hell's going on. So they're just working with it as it is. So yeah, now that's what I mean by the slow speedness. So they could actually pick one of these off before this spell happens. He gets the immediate effect, but sadly these don't get the effect until the ignition hits. So we wait. We do have a hush, so we can actually like stop some fearsome damage, like if needed. So next turn we do have a static. We've got hush. We've got counterfeit copies. We've got a ballistic bot. We've got heal to the core, which is most likely what we're going to be healing. It's going to be our core. We could do this to make a copy of another assembly bot, or we can make another copy of a ballistic bot, or we just make a copy of something from our opponent's side of the field. Obviously, it depends on what they play. But I'm thinking ballistic bot and then potentially... So I'm thinking ballistic bot and then potentially make a copy of the ballistic bot. Because admittedly, if we go like this, at least it means that I can trade with everything on the opponent's side of the board at the moment. So everything goes up to 3. And then we basically kind of have to hush and get our way around the situation. Potentially Risen Mist. Yep. Risen Mist, and then our opponent immediately goes forward. Right. So we lose one of our men. You fought valiantly. Hush. Hush does mean that these go up. And I feel like we do. I feel like we kill there and there. We survive on 3, and then we just have to hope that we can find other solutions. Other solutions to the problems which are coming at me. So I'll take those. I'll take that damage, and then we'll throw another ballistic bar because they can create spells. They can create spells to help. Okay. Right, that's good. That's good, because that now means that we can... Right. Firstly, we do an ignition, and we try to bait out of our opponent trying to kill one of these, because basically at this moment in time, he's vulnerable. So, okay, fine. He doesn't fall for the plan. Basically, now we make a copy of Diana, and then we potential fearsome stuff, like a lot of really bad fearsome stuff coming at me right now. A lot of really bad fearsome stuff coming at me. As well as the fact they can use heroin, just bring everything. Okay, I'm not going to lie. It's not what I need to say. Are we? Okay. So, we can actually heal our core. We can heal our core. Very slightly. Not a lot. But slightly, we can heal core. We at least trade off one of these. It's not looking... Oh, crap, I didn't even do... I was supposed to do the counterfeit copies on her first. I just instantly played her. That was a dick move on my part. Right. Okay, so we've lost the move that we wanted, but potentially that becomes the new move. It's not a good move, but it potentially becomes the new move, because at least then heals. That's the only healing card in the deck, like, in terms of the... So... Imagine if we would have had loads of copies of that coming along right now, but no, it's okay, because obviously it would have helped us draw through just nicer. Right. Okay, we've still got options. So we go with the long form first. We go with the long form first, which just helps give us the ability. It's okay. He throws down Doom Beast. They're going, you're going to die, but we go, no, 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 no. Death have not come for me yet. Not yet. We then actually could make a copy of one of his Doom Beasts, more because we actually need to drain. We need to drain our opponent. We need to get. He drains us, so we drain him back. That's the silly plan here. The silly plan is they drain us, so we drain them. We've got the bigger unit. This is. Okay, we've got the bigger units. We fucked up on an earlier move, because literally what we should have done is we should have made sure that we were going to be we screwed up. So we screwed up on an earlier move, but it's okay. So we trade with you. I guess we've kind of got to throw these in front of all. We've got to basically throw things in front of everything, right? Or do... I mean, she can't stay alive either way. But do we throw that just to get a bit of draw, but also to trade things off of our opponent's side of the field? That is at least a heal move. Potential Hush on top of one of these from our opponent. But if they had the Hush, wouldn't they have Hushed beforehand? Okay, no, okay, it's Power Cascade. So that's fine, that's fine. So it's a bit of draw going on. That at least goes down to 1 health, which that going down to 1 health is actually very helpful for me. Okay. Losing the... Maybe we should have tried to save... We should have tried to save the Ballistic Bot. We should have tried to save the Ballistic Bot, because the Ballistic Bot was actually working very well with us. So, admittedly, potentially what we should have done there is actually try to save the Ballistic Bot. So, mistakes were made on that front. Maybe, actually, we should have kept this back as well, because then we could have used Static on 2 of his Miss Wraiths. So, potentially that might have been a misplay. Okay. So we haven't, so that's what I mean, like one of these guys. So we basically have to throw that heal move into our core. We basically have to throw that heal move into our core. So he's going like that, with the plan of going into both of them, right? So his plan was to go into both of them. But we healed the core. And then I guess we also make a copy of this, and then we still live. Okay, they still make it through. They still make it. I mean, obviously, he now immediately uses heroin. He now overturned heroin, and we're in trouble. Like, someone's come along and has burst my bubble. Yeah. But honestly, heroin. Okay, that's not heroin. That's not. We're still somewhat okay. This is. It's not the best. It's not the best, but we're somewhat okay. Throw this out. We are basically going to have to rummage. We are basically going to have to rummage our way into hoping we find solutions. We could actually throw down Diana herself, because she now levels and becomes a free attack minion, which means that we can actually put her in front of someone. But that does mean that gives us less chance for spells. I mean, I literally just have to... Right. Okay. As much as he wants the Zenith Blade, the smarter move here is just to see what we can find. So we've got a heal move. We've got a hush move. Right. So, healing. Healing this one. Okay, actually, you know what the crazy thing is? We might just get through this. We might just get through this a lot. How have we done this? This is genius! Part of me's like, you know what, Sonic, let her die. Let her die. Let her die right now! And then we just go for the most stupidest open you ever did see! All of the bots! I send them all forth to attack his life points directly! We've got to go forward. We've got to go forward before he plays anything. I know that technically we've got an Ezreal there, but no, we go forth. We go forth. Yes! Yes! Because obviously, you can see the main thing would have been harrowing as a defense. And so it's just like, you know what? Send all the bots forward. Die! Attack his life points. That was... Fearsome has got such amazing ways of... Like, that's actually a really tough deck. I can't believe we actually beat it. GG to my opponent. That was amazing. So that is the Robot Cascade. It's a stupid deck that is, at this moment in time, never going to be meta viable because of the fact that Hush is a thing, because Hush is such a big counter. But I'm not gonna lie, it's such a fun deck to play. Just like, when you manage to just get these bots to a very stupid level and then just attack forward with devastating damage, like, it is so much fun. And so this is more of a comedy meme deck, but honestly, let me know what you think in the comments down below. As well as the fact that if you run this deck, please let me know how it goes. If you make any changes to it, let me know what you change. As well as that, there is also the Discord link down below, and you can catch me live on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if that sounds like fun to you, why not consider popping along, saying hi in the stream. And also, if you've got this far and already not subscribed, why not consider subscribing? Because honestly, if I gave you a little bit of entertainment, you got this far, you must have enjoyed something to get this far. So why not consider it? But do not feel forced. Do not feel forced. I don't want to force anyone into anything. But obviously, thank you to everyone who's already supported me through the follows, through the subscriptions. Honestly, it's what fuels me to keep going. So honestly, thank you all so much. But anyway, hope that you all have a great day. And until next time, bye! Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.